Hey everyone, this is Rachel and welcome to another scrapbooking process video. If you hang out until after the video is through, there are always detailed shots of my current layout. Let's get going! Hey everyone! So today I'm going to be working with what started off as a petite kit from the Wild Hare Kit Club. I then added a whole bunch of stuff from my stash, and now I'm going to add even a little bit more. I have the remnants of my Secret Not Secret Kit Club. I purchased both of them at the same time in the late winter, early spring of 2018. So they both actually have very similar elements to it. So I thought I only have a little bit left of my Wild Hare Kit Club. So I'm going to go ahead, moosh them all together. I have a 2-photo layout to do with it, and then I have 2 more sets of photos to do layouts with this particular kit. I think at that point I'm going to be done with this, and I'm just going to break the stuff up back into my stash and be done with this particular setup as a kit. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get you guys put on fast forward so we can start this layout. So let's get going. All right, so before I actually started, I remembered I had to make a couple of birthday cards, so everything looks slightly different. I did go ahead and pull out that white piece of cardstock, and now I'm going through and just pulling out different pieces of scraps I have that either came in my original petite kit or that I pulled from my stash. I've got some Pink Fresh Studio, some Maggie Holmes, photo plate papers in there as well, although I don't know if I end up using it or not. But this is pretty much what I'm going to end up using for this layout. I'm just seeing if the aqua in the Maggie Holmes matched with the aqua in the Pink Fresh Studio, the heart paper, which I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called, but I want to say it begins with the letter E, but don't quote me on that. So I have these 2 photos. One was a 4x6 that I just trimmed down, and the other is a 3x4, but I wanted to mat the larger photo on the 6x6 paper. So to do that, I just had to trim it down. Plus, all it really was, I'm pretty sure it was a shadow of someone's thumb because I took a selfie in the mirror. So I wasn't really missing anything. Now, I'm going to go ahead and double mat it on both of these 6x6 pieces of paper that did come in my kit. Those are both from a Pink Fresh Studio line. I don't remember which one. This 3x4 I'm also going to double mat, but I'm going to double mat it on this scrap of paper, also from from the Pink Fresh Studio BU collection. I'm going to do it on the polka dotted side and then flip it over and mat it on this dark green leaf side as well. I'm doing pretty thin mats. I don't want to add that much bulk to it. So now what I'm doing is I am control ripping another piece of this Maggie Holmes paper. I did the other side, not the other side, the other one with that aqua shadow polka dot, and then the geometric pattern tone on tone in coral and pink. And I like the way this is looking, but I'm thinking, I laugh. I'm like, I don't think there's enough color on this page. Like, it's filled with color. There's so much color, it's not even funny. But for me, I'm like, no, down with white space. And that's crazy because white space is really important. But sometimes I feel the need to just fill the entire page with color. So that is what I'm going to do. Now I'm marking behind where my papers are going to be because what I'm going to do is the packaging technique, but I'm going to do a very dry packaging technique. I'm not going to add any water to the background paper. I'm not going to gesso the paper. I'm looking for it to soak in right away. And I grab my 3 normal shimmers for me, which is Jenny B Blue, Mango Tango, and Tuscan Sun. So I'm starting off with Jenny B Blue, and I just use these DVD/CD sleeves. They're what I use to store my die cuts and ephemera packs and stuff like that. And I think it came in a pack of 100. So I had some left over and I started using them when I do my packaging techniques. I like them because I spray them and then I slide my hand inside, and then I have really good control as to where everything is going. For as much as the packaging technique is kind of a loosey-goosey technique, I do like to have a little bit of control. So what I'm looking for is really more of a modeled look rather than that's actual watercolor. So now that, because I did it that way, it's pretty dry right away. So I'm going to go ahead and get my papers glued down. And as I'm doing that, I realize, you are running out of ATG, silly girl. So I went ahead and replaced that. And through the magic of editing, it is all set. And I am keeping on taping down. I am being pretty generous because of the mixed media. Even though there isn't any gesso and it's a very flat mixed media, I do like to err on the side of caution and go heavy. Well, I go heavy on the ATG no matter what, but I went kind of even heavier. So I have my 2 photos placed. And now I'm looking, I know what I want my title to be, but I'm not quite sure what I want to use for it. I'm thinking about it because normally right after I do my photos, I would move to making sure at least I know where my title is going to go. But rather than that, I am moving straight into embellishments, checking out what I have. This is a kit I put together a while back. It's also a very large kit. This is actually, I went too big. I overdid it when it comes to this kit. And I know you're probably going, but then why did you add stuff to it? With my other Secret Not Secret kit club that I added to it, there really was not a ton left. It was 4 or 5 paper scraps, the puffy stickers from Pink Fresh Studio, and the ephemera pack from Pink Fresh Studio. That's all that was left in that kit. So since they really matched with what's already in my older Wild Hare kit, I figured I might as well put it all together, work with it a couple more times, and then break everything out and put it back into my stash. So I'm going through all of my ephemera kits. I pulled several pieces from the Ellie Studio Live, Laugh, Love ephemera, or bits and pieces. I don't remember what they call it, but they're die cuts. So, and now I'm going through the Pink Fresh Studio Let Your Heart Decide ephemera pack that was originally in my Wild Hare kit. And as you can see, there's not a lot left. I mean, there's at least a dozen pieces, but for an ephemera pack, that really isn't a lot. Usually there's at least 30 pieces if there aren't any gold items, maybe a little bit less, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Oh man, I am totally nattering. I apologize. So I've decided I'm just going to work with the Ellie Studio stuff. I'm actually not even going to use those Pink Fresh Studio pieces that I pulled. I'm just like, I'm good with what I've got on the paper now. So once I do that and I have that blue label under the bigger photo for journaling, I'm going to go ahead and glue everything down. I will say I'm not going to journal on screen simply because when I did this page, my nephew was not home and I do not know the names of 2 of the people in the photographs, and I wanted to write that down. So I needed to ask him their names, and by the time I finished this, he still wasn't home. So I do use one of the wood veneer pieces that came in my Wild Hare kit, and that is from Color Cast Design, and it says menu, and they had gone up thinner, so that is why I thought that was good. Now, these are older fancy pants, and they are an orange color, and I almost never used them. I'm so excited I got to use them for a second time. And then the first part, the word reunion, I used an older Evilicious puffy sticker because I totally forgot that I had those mini alphas from Paige Taylor Evans in my kit. I was so annoyed with myself. But then again, I'm like, well, I love them anyways. So it just means they'll last me a little bit longer. But sometimes it's like, oh, you have to look through the entire kit. And then I'd say, you know what, I actually looked through the entire kit and I just totally spaced on them. And those puffy stickers were right there in the corner of my eye. And I just went, oh, those would work. And sometimes, that's what happens. All right, from a Project Life chipboard pack, I pulled out that two-tone heart on a circle, and now I'm going to pull a couple of puffy stickers from the Pink Fresh Studio. Either Be You or Let Your Heart Decide. I actually don't remember which one that came from, but it originally came as part of my Secret Not Secret kit, and then I moved it into this kit. I am almost done here. I'm going to add some Jenny B Blue Mist and then finish up with some enamel dots. I decided to go with white because I really have actually added more than enough color to this particular layout. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining me here today. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be great. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.